everybody, welcome to the channel. Welcome. God, what's going to happen when I like this? What is going to happen? Oh, it's been like that for like 2 weeks. It's because it's been too warm, isn't it, really, to light the fire. Hello, this is a bit of an update, I suppose. Yeah, just stuff. This is Friday, so stuff to do. I would like to get the Granada going today. Sort of woke up. The video I did last night, I watched it back. I thought it was the idea sort of you're walking around and you're talking about something that's grinding my gears. In that case, it was the OCD from J.K. Rowling, or War on Men is what it actually is, and the pathetic fools that support her. It's just that thing that, like, with women, it's just like, so there's a thing where men have got to capitulate to women. I'm getting right into this already. I've only just woke up. But there's a bargain it was a deal that was had between. So basically, what the problem is that Western civilization is. This is a bit heavy. You've only just fucking lit a fire. Western civilization is fucked, and the reason it's fucked is because we're not having enough children. So we're importing children from migrants. And that's what's happening. And so what? Do you have to go on about this early in the morning? So that was essentially the craziness of that. It's like a war. So it's a war on transgenders, isn't it? Whereas they are just like a very, very small percentage of, and they're not really the reason why Western civilization is going down the pan. So it's a bit late, really, for the likes of J.K. Rowling to start changing things. And then they just went stupid as well, haven't they? They're just so stupid with it. So it's just that. So effectively, what's happened? We've got weak men, and they are displaying that by capitulating to that psychopathic woman who wrote some books, and is saying that. And it was the thing about the. How would you know that you haven't accidentally married a man? Not a man, a man. Who might have XY chromosomes. It's like, I don't think any of them have actually realised. Now, so there was a video, Tomini, what's her name? She's a GB News presenter, and she got absolutely destroyed by this trans woman on an interview. Forget what her name is. Her last name's definitely Tomini, and that's the presenter. And what she said, the other lady said to her, "Have you got your certificate?" And Tomini says, "I don't need a certificate. I know I'm a woman." I says, "Well, but you need a certificate though. I've got a certificate. Have you got a certificate?" And she was so thick, she didn't see what the other lady was getting at. I'll try and find that, actually. I'll try and find that video. It must be on video. It was on GB News. She didn't see where it was going. That these J.K. Rowling type women demanding that we inspect women to make sure they're real women, weren't realising that it could affect them. That because they're so sure of themselves and they're so sure that they're women and they believe they're women, but they think that they are the ones that's got this situation under control, and they know what's going to happen with it. They're in charge of it, and they're the one that's going to orchestrate what happens. Whereas it could be that they can't go somewhere because they can't prove they're actual women, if you know what I mean. But a lot of these people come away with stuff and they don't really think of the ramifications of any of the stuff they're saying. And it's a thing that people do. But anyway, J.K. Rowling has got tons of money. So she's, again, it's a situation where rich women are manipulating poor women. And at the end of the day, the poor ones are going to suffer. This is what always happens. There you go. It seems to be going alright. So it's when you really start to look into everything and you realise everything's a scam. You know, nothing's real, nothing's right, everything's about greed and power and money. It seems to be that way. Everything's like that. So, I don't know if I've covered all that. I mean, I think I probably have. I mean, the irony of it all. The
Duke and Duchess of Sussex have been welcomed to Colombia as they begin their 4-day tour of the South.
irony of it all, and it's just not good enough, you know. You just need to get out. You women need to get out there. Well, it's all fucked, isn't it? Get pregnant, have some children. Otherwise, your civilization is doomed. Even the ugly women. God, listen to that idiot. She's another one. Fucking Megan. What an idiot.
No one contests the fact that we want to keep our children safe.
Well, earlier we spoke to senior global reporter for the Mail Online, Nick Pisa.
Right, yes, she was asked why she invited them, and she said that she'd seen the Duke and Duchess of before.
Right, well, I think the fire's gone. So, I don't even know if there's not really much going on in the channel just now. I think it's went pretty flat. It could be that it's probably maybe... I seem to be putting as much effort into it as I have been. I have to admit, it's gone fairly flat. There's not that many comments, and there's not really a lot going on, really. Maybe it's just a waste of time, eh? Why bother, eh? Is it because I'm speaking out against sus trans? Could be. Electric cars. Maybe I'm seen as transphobic. Is that what it is? Maybe I'm just fucking useless. Maybe just... I would say it's going reasonably well. It's not like not going well at all.
To blame false news for spreading the riots that swept across Britain last month following the tragedy of the 3 girls who were murdered in Southport. He said, and I quote, "What happens online within a matter of minutes transfers to the streets, and people are acting on information that isn't true."
Now, the Hollywood actor Matthew Perry's assistant and 2 doctors are amongst 5 people who've been charged after the Friends star died from an accidental ketamine overdose last October.
The US attorney said the investigation uncovered a broad
So the fire's going.
criminal network responsible for distributing large
Right.
quantity ketamine
Let's go and see.
to others.
So I want to move them. I want to try and get my life sorted out. It's a disaster. I want to move them and paint that wall. And they put Jack up properly. I'm just going to hang on to that painting. It's just getting round to doing things, isn't it? It's always difficult. Oh, God. Like, the older you get, it's like, oh, stop moaning about your age. Shut up. I bet there's nothing to see here. I bet there's nothing to see. Nothing to see here. I've been binging Mr. Ballin. I mean, you know, I'll go through these phases. Actually, when you go into bed at night and listen to Mr. Ballin, I even put like I even put like a bit of wood against the door because I was watching a thing about this. You know, when you watch these the scary ones in the forest and everything, in the cabin, there's noises outside. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, you know, you're shiting yourself, trying to go to sleep because you've been listening to you are listening to Mr. Ballin, you know. So it's had 31 views, not that brilliant. Probably no comments. Right, see what I mean? Nothing. Weird, eh? It's just not going very well, it has to be said. Somebody said that I was a migrant. So I answered it, typical Aspie style, you know. I'm just not a migrant, you know. I don't think I'm remotely a migrant. I think my genetics that I've got I've been pretty much in this area. I'm really Scotland, well, central Scotland and northeast Scotland. Probably as far as I know, but I don't really know. I've got family trees going back to 1700, and that was in Calendar, in my dad's side. Wow. Oh, that's the cameras at Cumbernauld. Well, I was being a bit mean about that. I was going, fuck's sake, it's like a prison here. But then at the end of the day, there's probably a lot of crime goes on there. You know, so maybe they need cameras like that. You know, it's like, okay, right. But it's not a good, you know, when you've got a big camera on a pole like that, the entrance to your scheme. It's pretty, well, so that's where we're at now, 5228, 5,228 subscribers. So, see what I mean? It's just like, it's not really that many comments coming in. But I mean, I was getting horrible comments all the time, so I suppose that's, you've got to get rid of them. So I kind of worked out how to get rid of them. So, maybe things are just not that. I mean, I'm doing plenty of videos. I think it is a bit addictive. That Migrants Welcome one there at Glenhove Road, Cumbernauld. This has 156 views. That was the totem pole. Well, that's just along for where that security camera is, the CCTV camera. And the scheme's right next to it. So none of them are doing well. They're all doing all right, but nothing. So I don't know. I need to really try and it's just. So that's only had 9. Who knows? The analytics. I mean, things are not doing great. Oh, that's 5,861 on Wednesday. 10,835. So. Yeah, maybe we should just fucking pack it in. Not pack it in, but just. I do like doing them, and I even like watching them myself. So this was the one I did last night. It's at 28 views, it says, 10 hours ago. So I'm covering, you know, that basically it's about the boxer. It's about
to the channel. This is a 20-minute video.
It's about, well, it's actually a witch hunt, is what it is.
It might last for about 40 minutes. But
you know, I'm moaning about Craig Houston, and it's because I watched his channel and he's joined on. He's made a video about it. I just think there's something just wrong with what he's done, and I think it is a witch hunt on that woman, that Iman Khalif. That's what it is. You're not really a woman. We'll bring you down. You know, we'll keep campaigning until you get your medal taken off you. It's definitely a witch hunt, yeah. It could be that I'm completely wrong. It could be that Iman Khalif actually is a man. A man, as in male. But I don't think so. And at the end of the day, let's show you that. I've put a link to his video in here. Where is it? I think I did. There it is there.
This is the world's first reusable cotton swab. It can remove up to 10 times more earwax.
Hi there, welcome to today's second episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is a story about Man Khalif, boxer, taking J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk to court in a cyberbullying lawsuit. Nonetheless, okay? This is Iman Khalif, who won the women's boxing gold medal at the Paris Olympics just last week. And Iman is upset by some things that have been said online.
Upset? But fuck, yeah, you've got half the world saying that you're a man, and you think that... Don't you think you'd be upset?
Online. So,
you know?
The story was brought out first by Variety magazine online. They had the exclusive. It's been followed up by, a few outlets since. So I'll use them to resource it, and I'll give my opinion at the end or halfway through the story.
Your opinion's fucking shit.
Right? So the headline is, J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk named in cyberbullying lawsuit filed by Algerian boxer Iman Khalif after Olympics win. Yep, so, where are we? Update. J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk have both been named in a criminal complaint filed with French authorities over alleged acts of aggravated cyber harassment against Algerian boxer and newly crowned Olympic champion Iman Khalif. Nabil Boudi, the Paris-based attorney of Khalif, confirmed to Variety that both figures were mentioned in the body of the complaint posted to the Anti-Online Hatred Centre of the Paris Prosecutor's Office on Friday. In the statement sent to Variety, the Paris Prosecutor's Office confirmed it received the complaint filed by Khalif and announced that an investigation has been launched. On August 13, the National Centre for the Fight Against Online Hatred contacted the OCLCH, which is the Central Office for the Fight Against Crimes Against Humanity and Hate Crimes, to conduct an investigation into the counts of cyber harassment due to gender, public insult because of gender, and public incitement to discrimination and public insult because of origin. That's quite a big one. The lawsuit was filed against X, which under French law means it was filed against unknown persons. That ensures that the prosecution has all the latitude to be able to investigate against all people, including those who may have written hateful messages under pseudonyms, said Boudi. The complaint nevertheless mentions famously controversial figures. J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk are named in the lawsuit amongst others, he said, adding that Donald Trump would be part of the investigation. Trump tweeted, so whether or not he is named in our lawsuit, he will inevitably be looked at as part of the prosecution. Now, the one thing I need to pay a bit of umbrage towards is the complaint nevertheless mentions famously controversial figures. This is the thing that's wrong with society. See, if you say that's a man and that's a woman, in society, that's now deemed controversial. That shows you how bonkers society has become.
Oh, you've become a bit bonkers, haven't you?
Scientific fact is now controversial. However, I digress. Khalif, who won on Saturday the Olympic gold medal in the women's 60-kilogram boxing competition, spent much of the 2024 Olympics in Paris at the centre of a noisy and unpleasant dispute over her gender eligibility that reverberated around the world. Despite being born female, and not identifying as transgender or intersex, and being backed by the International Olympic Committee, who asserted scientifically this is not a man fighting a woman. Khalif faced a torrent of accusations and abuse over her gender. Most of the attacks came via social media, particularly on X, and the controversy was escalated when high-profile figures stepped into the fray. In one message to her 14 million followers, Rowling posted a picture of Khalif's fight with Italian boxer Angela Carini, accusing the former of being a man who was enjoying the distress of women he's just punched in the head. Musk meanwhile shared a post
See,
from
that's
swimmer
just-
Riley Gaines
That's
that claimed
sneaky.
men don't belong in women's sport. The ex-owner co-signed the message by writing, "Absolutely." So what's that got to do with the boxer? Anyway, Trump posted a message with a picture of the fight with Karina, accompanied by the message, "I'll keep men out of women's sports."
Yeah.
Budi said that although the complaint mentions names, we were asking is that the prosecution investigates not only these people, but whoever it feels necessary. If the case goes to court, they will stand trial. Budi also claimed that while the lawsuit was filed in France, it could target personalities overseas, pointing out that the prosecutor's office for combating online hate speech has the possibility to make requests for mutual legislation, legal assistance with other countries. He added that there were agreements with the US equivalent in France for combating hate online. Logan Paul was also among those attacked by Khalif on his social media, posting on an X following her win against Carini. "This is the purest form of evil unfolding right before our eyes, crushing her." A man was allowed to beat up a woman on a global stage, crushing her life dream while fighting for her deceased father. This delusion must end. Paul later deleted the post and admitted that he might be guilty of spreading misinformation. But Budi, such apologies, including those that Khalif has received personally from prominent figures who tweeted derogatory comments, wouldn't change anything regarding the investigation. This lawsuit is filed and facts remain. Wow, so much more of this. Yeah, there's a fair bit more. As for X, Budi said the complaint is aimed at the authors of social media posts and not the platform themselves. It's the responsibility of the lawmakers to issue sanctions to platforms, not ours. He said, but he did note that cyber harassment cases were now being taken much more seriously by judicial authorities, and that, in some cases, these are prison sentences. Khalif's coach Pedro Diaz told Variety that the bullying endured during her run in the Olympics incredibly affected her and everyone around her. The first time she fought in the Olympics, there was this crazy storm outside the ring, said Diaz, who runs a Miami-based Mundo boxing gym and started training Khalif in February 2023. "I had never seen anything so disgusting in my life," added the coach, who has participated in the training of 21 Olympic champions prior to the Algerian boxer. Diaz said he asked Khalif to refrain from looking at social media so he wouldn't lose focus on winning the gold medal. "She's so smart and has such an amazing motivation," he said, adding that a gold medal felt like the most rewarding victory of my career as a coach. Khalif's complaint for online harassment is actually one of several filed with investigations launched during the Olympics. Prosecutors are also investigating a complaint filed by Thomas Jolly, the artistic director of the opening and closing ceremonies, who said he was the target of threatening messages and insults. And others from DJ Barbara Butch and celebrated drag queen Nikki Doll. Butch claimed she had received online harassment, death threats and insults following the opening ceremony. That's bloody terrible, isn't it? So, what do I read into this? Well, I think we also need to take into account, and there's been no mention of it whatsoever in Variety's post there, but this boxer was banned from competing in the Women's World Championships by boxing's authority because
Russian-based authority.
the boxer failed their
The
gender
Russians
tests.
after should be a Russian.
So this boxer wasn't allowed, well, would have been allowed, could have competed in
Yeah,
the men's
scratch your
set,
head.
but wasn't allowed to compete in the women's
Is that
set.
how the brain cells start working?
The boxing authority, international authority, put some tests out, and this boxer failed. So they say she's not a winner, or she's not going to be able to fight in the women's boxing category, the World Championships. So that would suggest to me that it would be quite difficult for this boxer to become a professional boxer and make money out of boxing.
So you're pushing a narrative, Craig, a narrative that
male category
you're not,
professional boxing.
you haven't really got,
Good or bad boxer.
you're just going with that narrative,
won many fights.
and you don't really know anything about what you're talking about.
But it doesn't need to make a
But you're
living
going
out
with
of
it
boxing,
anyway.
because
J.K. Rowling says so.
I suppose if any of these lawsuits are filed and are successful, but I think it's very easy to understand from what's been on with the International Boxing Authority banning Iman Khalif from fighting as a woman. I think it's very easy to suggest that Iman will not be entering the ring as a professional male boxer, which is normal when you win an Olympic gold medal.
So you want a woman to go
So,
in the
there
male
we go.
boxing?
All these people, I can imagine J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk being like, oh no, that's 2 folk in a week. Well, for Elon, that's that, a man the boxer, and that boy, Hamza Yusuf, threatening to take me to court.
Yeah.
Crack on is probably what both of them are saying. Both of them very wealthy people. And then to drag Trump into it as well, that's bizarre, right? It's going to be, we're going to do boxing to death. That would be fun. Why not get a boxing match?
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling versus Iman is a story about Manly. Welcome to today's second episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is a story about Manly Khalif, the boxer, taking J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk to court in a cyberbullying lawsuit. Nonetheless, okay? This is Iman Khalif, who won the women's boxing gold medal at the Paris Olympics just last week. And Iman is upset by some things that have been said online.
Alright then. I can't find the bit where he was calling her it, so I don't know if he's actually changed it. He's maybe uploaded the video again without that bit in it. Oh well, never mind. Right, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Bye! The fire's going nicely.